Well, I think I've had my share of that. That's a surf ballad coming from the E-band there. I am playing, well, I got the camera a little goofed up. I'm playing a Made in Mexico 1950s reissue. And this was one of those dealer guitars where what they told me was that, oh, they hadn't even come out with the 50s yet. But I'm looking through stuff and I'm finding reissues that go way, way back beyond 2010. And it's an interesting guitar. So if you sell enough Fenders or something like that, if you're a Fender dealer, every year you get to make a checkoff box and have a Fender ordered to your specifications. And so that's what they did here. That particular year I couldn't find any others of these, so I think that part of it's real. But I think they already had these out maybe by then. But it's a 50s reissue with a maple neck, and it's a true 50s reissue, and that there's no tone in the bridge pickup. And I was just playing in the neck pickup on that. But you can just tell. Nothing in the way of tone in the bridge pickup. If we go up to the neck pickup, a little bit of tone control, but not much. There's not much to report. I don't know the color. I can never figure out Fender's colors. They have Seafoam Green and they have Sea Green, both. And when you look at their actual color charts, the sea green appears to be this one, or appears to be the lighter of the two. But then when I look at guitars on the internet, the Seafoam Green appears to be the lighter one, and the Sea Green appears to be slightly darker, so I don't know. So it's a really nice guitar. It plays really well. I've always thought the white pickguard was just kind of lame, because it's just so plain. And if it was like, I don't know what they call that, pearloid or oyster shell, or, you know, if it was white oyster shell, it would look more surfy. I think it's got great tone. It's got great playing. The neck's amazing to me because it's like dipped in 20 coats of Varathane or something, and it's really got a thick shellac on this, on the maple neck. So other than that, it's just a regular old Made in Mexico Stratocaster. There's nothing fancy. Came out about the time. This one was made about the same time as the Black Tops. So, and yeah, I haven't taken the plastic off the pickguard yet. So, yeah, there's not much. I don't care for that. That's a little better. Straight surf rock. And that's position 2. And position 3. Just with the tone all the way up. Tone all the way down. Position number 4. The tone all the way up. All the way open. All the way closed. I can get away with that tone if I'm going through a real amp and I can EQ, well, I can EQ this, but a real amp with tubes, I can use that tone control and then adjust the EQ on the amp. And position number 5. The neck pickup. It makes me question, was there tone controls on the neck pickup? Because there doesn't seem to be doing much. like it. You do have a little playroom there. A little bit of playroom. It doesn't... I think we'll go back. Here's position 4 fully closed. There it is on about... I don't know what that would be. 8. Well, these go backwards. That was on 2. There's about a 7. Starts coming, some clarity starts coming in. That's a good thing, and all the way up to 10. Yeah. The few times I've used this when I was recording stuff, I've never used it on the bridge pickup because of that lack of tone control. And so I always use it in, mostly in position 2. Just gives a little more depth. And a lot more control. And I typically back that tone control off just a couple notches. It still sounds very buzzy. The problems with going through a tube amp or a digital amp. Actually, one of my favorite players for the Made in Mexico series or versions. The neck is it's totally shellacked, but it's just slick and smooth. I mean, I don't know what they did there. The fretwork is great on this one. I mean, it's beyond great. It's just almost as if they, it looks like they did kind of roll the fret edges there. There's just nothing there. I think I'm lucky though, living in the Pacific Northwest. We always have a fairly, we don't have a totally constant humidity, but it's not uncommon that it's just somewhere between 40 and 70% humidity. And our homes tend to stay about the same, a little drier in winter probably because of the heat that we turn on, but not by that much. So I've heard some people talk about fret sprouts bothering them more in winter, but it goes away in summer, or vice versa. I don't remember. I don't have that. I never have that. Anyway, that's a 50s reissue Stratocaster, and you'll see on the blogs that, oh my gosh, hey, my tone control went bad too on the bridge pickup. The tone control is not bad on the bridge pickup. It's just the way it's designed. This one does have a sort of a pre-bent tremolo arm that it's too low. I need to try to bend it out a little bit so it's not so. Maybe that's actual 50s style. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. That's all there is to report. Beautiful. It's not a roasted neck at all, but it's a darker. They stain them so they're just a pinch darker than some of the real bright white maple necks. I think it's the shellac that's kind of colored. That it's got just the real typical tuners on it. Nothing fancy there. And it does have, I always look back, I never pay attention while I'm playing a guitar or testing a guitar. It does have the no truss rod adjustment up here, but instead you're gonna have to take the neck off and adjust it. Well, I tell you, if they'd just made a dip in the pick guard, you could almost get down in there and adjust it, but not quite. Pickup's probably still in the way, but yeah, so you got to do that. I got a couple of those, and if I'm paying attention, I just won't buy them. This one I had to buy. It was a 50s reissue. It was that Seafoam or sea green color, and it was a maple neck, and it just said, "Man, get your surf on." So I had to go for it, and it sounds great and it plays great. And the oldest Strat I ever had was my late older brother's 1962 Strat. And of course I just made a fortune off that. I bought it from him. He went into service in the 60s, and I bought it from him for $125. And I played it for a few years, and about the time I graduated from high school, 1970-ish, I turned around and sold it for $150. So it was like, bam, $25 just like that. But to my memory, I'm not convinced. You know, his guitar was at that time 8 years old when I sold it, and his band was pre-Beatles. They played mostly surf music and 50s pop, early 60s pop, and you know, those frets were gone. Those frets were very soft frets, and they were gone, and the finish was gone. And we'll probably find that around town someday, because I took a early version of the Sharpie and tried to fill in where the paint was missing so it looked black, and that didn't work. It just soaked it up, and sorry, some poor guys out there probably not getting good value out of that old Strat. Yeah. Plays very nice. So I'm going to cut this up into tiny little pieces. It's going to look like mincemeat by the time I'm done with this video, and we'll go from there. So that's the Strat. Let's give some music here to kind of go out on.